Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin using the higher time frames and the lower time frames as always, and how we are using the higher time frames levels, and then we're breaking it down to the lower time frames to find our entries. But on the higher time frames, if the market continues to the upside, we need certain levels to break to the upside, breakout retest around this area. Will it continue back down, breakout retest this area, and so on and so on. So this is what I'm going to talk about in today's episode. Remember, I am no financial advisor, so you need to look everything up yourself first, but please continue watching this video. I'm going to show you what I see on Bitcoin. I'm starting off with the daily, and I do have this resistance that I want to use if the market comes back down again. Bitcoin is right now just going straight up. So what we are waiting for, as I always say, is the pullback to come back down, because it's really hard trading when the market is going up like this. You can do it. I'm not doing it, so I'm not going to talk about why you should do it. I'm talking about why we should wait for the market to come back down again. And always using the previous support and resistance zones for us to be able to see what's going on. But on the daily, I do have this thin horizontal line right here, and on the 4 hour I did take this thicker horizontal line so I can see the difference and what time frames the market might come back down and retest. Obviously here we did have the range that was going on over the weekend, and during today, Monday, the market has been going to the upside. We can also use this as the consolidations that the market broke. We did have the fake out, came back down again, but we did respect the previous support that we did have, and now the market broke it. So what I'm waiting for the market to do, it can do a lot of things, but we have to think about where we are right now and what areas it can retest. What I'm using is the daily, and you can also see that we are having it on the 4 hour, that the body just closed below it. We just might see the market coming back down and retest 48,248, and then might see the market continue to the upside. Or if it's going to continue even more right now, because you can see we do have this huge bullish candlestick, if it breaks it, might just come back down and retest it, and retest the previous high that we did have, the fake out. And then we just might see a continuation, and that's 48844. That's the first targets that I'm having, that I might see the market coming to before I do anything else. If the market decides to come back even more, obviously I have to go back in time and see what area it can respect. It can also come back down to the support, but if it's breaking the support, I need to go back in time and see, okay, where has the market been a couple of times. You have the previous resistance right here. So the market might just come to that area. We can take the horizontal line just so we can see. If it's breaking 47018, we have to go back in time even more. Okay, the next target that we're having is this high right here around 46144. So always try to have these levels on, because if you're seeing the market coming back down, because that's all, and that's something that we want to do for us to be able to trade this market. If you're trading at the highest high, you're going to lose the money when the market is actually retracing. In an uptrend, you always want to buy at the higher low. In a downtrend, you always want to try to buy at the lower high. And that doesn't matter what time frame, but that's how we are trading. We're having different targets right here to see if what scenario might happen, because we don't know yet. We have no idea what the market is doing, but always try to be ahead of time so you're not shocked when the market comes to one of these areas, because the market usually respects where it has been respected before. So that's what I see right now. Can happen. It's a lot of things that can happen, and if it does just continue to the upside and doesn't respect any of these areas, then we have to look at what's happened before but on the upside. And we do have this resistance right here, also been a support around 49823. So if the market does continue to this upside, it just might come back down and retest the previous resistance that I was talking about, and then we just might see the continuation to the upside. So it's a lot of things that can happen right now on Bitcoin, and the market is really volatile right now. So we just have to wait for the market to calm down, and then we're starting to see where our potential entry can be. Looking at the lower time frames to see what actually happened, I did have this resistance right here, and can you see how perfect the market actually broke and retested it? It's such a perfect move, because this is what we're waiting for. We are waiting for the market to break the consolidation, the range that we're in. And when we're having the breakout and then the retest, you're buying at the retest. That's your higher low. And that's where you want to buy. You don't want to buy around here. Even if it's not a huge movement to the downside, you don't know if the market comes back in again, breaks it, and then retests it and continues to the upside. Never rush in a trade. You need to be patient. You get paid to be patient. Okay, and you can also see right here that we did respect this previous high. See how perfect that is? Market came back down. We had the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, and retested the previous high that we did have here. And now we just might see the market continue, do another higher high, come back down, make a higher low, etc. And if we're looking at how it looks on the higher time frames, if you're using these two levels, if you're using these two charts beside each other, and can you see why it's really important using the lower time frames? Because that's where we find our entries. Looking at the 4 hour, I mean, it's so hard. You don't know where to buy. You have no idea what's going on. But on the lower time frames, so combining the lower time frames with the higher time frames chart, we can see what actually happened. On the higher time frames, we don't see the retest that we did have around here. You can see this is where the retest happened. So if we're just looking at the 4 hour chart, you have no idea. You're missing the trade. But using the lower time frames and see it actually did break it, came back down, retested it, you would have entered right here on this 4 hour candle. This is your entry. Market came back up, came back down again. You have no idea what's going on here either. The market on the lower time frame is retesting this high. You can see it over here. If you bought the market, your entry is now here. So you have two orders in one candlestick on the 4 hour chart, because you are using the lower time frames combining with the higher time frames, because the higher time frames is showing you, oh, it's respecting the support, it's on its way up. And if you missed the first entry right here, because you can see on the 4 hour chart that when you did have this doji right here, you can have bought the market because it's retesting. You have one spike, two spikes, three spikes to the downside, showing you it's not going to break the support. You're buying when the 4 hour candle is closing and you had your first entry around here. But if you missed that trade, that's okay. Now we're just jumping into the lower time frames and see what's actually going to happen. The market on the lower time frame might just come back down again and retest it. And if we're seeing that the market is rejecting it again, well, you just buy the market. You're buying the market on the lower time frames. If you're seeing that the market breaks this level, you have to wait and see if the market will respect the previous support that we did have, also a resistance. This level right here is really important because that's the previous resistance that got broken. Can't come back down again and retest it. Continuation to the upside. So what we are waiting for right now on Bitcoin is obviously if it's going to come back down and retest 48964 again, or if it's going to break that, coming back down to the resistance that got broken, and that's around 48420. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Please comment below. Please give this video a thumb up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm giving out daily videos about cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to have a lot of lives during the week too. So continue to have a good day and a good week, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.